I think that we have to ascertain from our Vietnamese counterparts very clearly as to whether is it safe for us to just depend on the stay of execution by the president.
We spoke to human rights lawyer Ravi on the progress of assistance to Singaporean Cher Wei Hon, who has been sentenced to death for the drug offence in Vietnam.
In relation to his case, we had a lot of difficulty in getting a lawyer to start with. And the reason is that the legal fees are really very hefty, and also to find a very competent lawyer at this stage where the death penalty has already been determined by the courts, and to review this case you need really a lot of specialized skills. And fortunately I'm able to reach out through my network, and I'm able to get one recommendation, and I'm discussing with this lawyer. His name is Mr. Pan, and he is able to assist on this case, and his team is looking into it. And again, it is not like in Singapore where you can just file an application and in court and get the records really fast. To just get him appointed as a lawyer, that itself is quite a complex process. So we are making arrangements together with the legal team for Mr. Pang to see Cher Hong.
As for Cher, he has submitted a clemency petition to the Vietnamese president, and Mr. Ravi has arranged for lawyers to help him at much lower fees.
What we understand is that clemency petition, so to speak, the final petition was already submitted to the president after the appeal was concluded. Now there seems to be this prospect of his case being reviewed again by the court, and for that we have to make a stay of execution application. So that is not been done yet, but we are looking into it. Cher's case, as I mentioned, that it seems to be more urgent than Azlinda's case, because first of all, the petition has already been, from what I understand from the lawyers, has been sent to the president, and now once it is turned down, the lethal injection will be administered by way of execution. We don't want that. We would like to have his case properly reviewed. Again, in both these cases, I can just pick up the problems in these cases. They have not been dealt with properly. There are a lot of evidential issues which have not been thoroughly first investigated, and secondly, they have not been addressed in the courts. So I really hope with these two teams and Cher's team in particular right now that we are speaking about him, that we can get to the bottom of the issue.
According to reports, 40-year-old Cher Wei Hon, who lives in Ho Chi Minh City, formerly Saigon, was in a ride-hail car crossing the border between Cambodia and Vietnam when it was stopped and searched by border guards on June 29, 2019. The guards found 10 plastic bags holding a white crystal, which Cher later confessed contained methamphetamine. According to the police, the total amount of meth Cher was carrying weighed 9.95 kilograms. In an update on the case, Mr. Ravi shares some of the difficulties he encountered right from the onset.
I mean, first of all, the starting point for death penalty for drug trafficking for example, for meth is 2.5 kilogram, yes, 2.5 kilogram and above. Then you have, for heroin, it's 600 grams. So what if it's 599 and what is 2.49? So just that 0.1, how can that make the difference to a person's life? Even, I mean, the fact that, even if you just look at that, it is so arbitrary. So death penalty itself has not been a solution. We all know that. Death penalty has only opened old wounds. It is, as I said, it is disproportionately applied against the poor. And so it's also 2/3 of the world have abolished death penalty, so I don't see that really a solution. Our lawyers in Vietnam, they're very kind, and they have accepted what we call low bono, as in low lower amount of fees, which I think is highly reasonable. But even then, that is a bit, the family is facing difficulty. But I hope we can, they can raise that amount. But otherwise, as I said, in terms of urgency, it has emerged that Cher needs immediate attention, and there's progress is being made. Cher's case as well as Azlinda's case, one thing that I would like to highlight is that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs must provide a website information of not only the death penalty cases of Singaporeans, but Singaporeans held in prison in foreign countries, and we need to get a breakdown of them as well. I think that will be very, very important. There should be transparency of information there. And the situation is so precarious because death penalty advocates and death penalty lawyers like myself was not aware, or NGOs were not aware of this information about these two people who would have been, of course, we are hoping that they won't be executed, but at least we are taking steps to safeguard any unlawful execution or indiscriminate execution as such.
You're watching The Independent Singapore. Subscribe to our channel for more breaking news and documentaries.